Yes, we're back. F1 2012, and personally, one of my favourite games, I think, of all time. I think this game has kept up pretty well, even 10 years later pretty much, and I really think out of all the retro F1 games, this one for me is my favourite. Not so much because of the game modes, but in terms of how it looks and how it feels and how it sounds, how it drives, I think this one has definitely kept up the best out of them all. So let's jump into it, let's see what happens. I done a video yesterday on F1 2013 with the classic cars. If you haven't seen that, I'll leave that linked up in the top right, go check that out. And yeah, if you're new to the channel, leave a like on this video, trying to smash over 1,500 likes. Subscribe for more daily F1 content. We're on the way to 76,000 subs, and we're very close to doing that by the end of the year. And yeah, let's jump into it and let's see what this game has in store for us. Well then, F1 2012. What a menu, eh? This game was ahead of its time, man. It really, really was. Let's jump into the menu, though. And let's get started, shall we? Let's load the profile. And let's get into the menu. I mean, look at this. This showroom was very clean. I'm not even going to lie. This is a massive throwback. Here we have the Red Bull RB, I want to say 8, I think. The 2012 Red Bull. The championship-winning Red Bull of Sebastian Vettel. But what we're going to do now is go into a little race. I think that's going to be the best order of business here. We've got, the crew mode, the proving grounds. We're going to jump into a quick race, though. We're going to drive as my hero, my man, Mr. Michael Schumacher for this one. I was going to go with Kimi Raikkonen, but I've changed my mind at the last minute. I want to drive as Michael. I feel like it's been long overdue, so we're going to pick Michael for a race. We're going to do a one-shot qualifying just to start from the back. We'll do a 25%. Difficulty, we'll go on expert, why not? We'll send it on the hardest difficulty and see what happens. We'll go for dynamic weather, safety car on, and now we've got to pick the track. Now 2012, the calendar was quite different because we had Malaysia, we also had, a bit further down, Valencia, which we might get around to at some point as well. We had the Hockenheim, we also had the old Singapore, which someone pointed out in the comments about the old chicane being changed. We also have Korea and India as well, so we have a vast selection of tracks. Now for this one, we're going to go for the Indian Grand Prix. We'll get around to other tracks eventually. I may even do a duplicate episode if necessary. But yeah, we're going to do India for this one, as I feel like it could be a lot of fun. So let's jump into it and let's see what happens. Well then, let's do a brief qualifying and give ourselves a reminder of this track. Look at this, man. What a throwback. This is absolutely insane. So one-shot qualifying. I've managed to get my wheel hooked up so we can run the wheel for this one. We've got DRS open for the entire lap. So lock up into turn 1. Let's change the brakes straight away. Now we can open DRS throughout the entire lap, and also we have the manual KERS as well, so we get full, control of deployment of that. So let's see. I've got all my assists turned off, by the way, so we're going to see how that works out for us. Can't lie, this is going to be, I think, quite difficult, going on the hardest difficulty, but I'm hoping by the end of the race we should be on pace. Let's see though. The Indian Grand Prix, man. This is an interesting circuit. I've done videos in the past on Assetto Corsa and stuff. But let's see if we can run it. I'm already seeing maybe the difficulty's a bit too high because I'm getting absolutely dropped by Jenson Button in the McLaren. So we may have to reconsider and I may have to reload the weekend. It feels weird opening DRS all the time, man. I'm so used to just opening it on certain straights. You can literally gamble wherever you want and open it as long as you want. Let's see then. We're gonna... Oh my god, that's a snap. Yeah, 2.2 off. I think I might knock the difficulty down, I'm not going to lie. Just for the sake of the video, I think we're going to change it.
Clear.
Well, here we go then. This should be fun. I can't wait. 5 lights are on for the Indian Grand Prix. And we're underway. Off the line then. On the curve straight away. After turn 1, we're going to put the brakes to the rear. Front locking is quite easy to make. We're going to send it up the inside here of Heikki. Everyone's going really slow on the apex. But honestly, this game, man, graphically, it holds up. It really does. In my opinion, I think it looks pretty decent, to be honest with you, compared to, you know, most games this year nowadays. It really hasn't, you know, lost a bit as we take off over the bollard there. Right, let's see then. Side by side with Vitaly Petrov. We're going to try and have a look here. We've used all our curves already, so we're going to have to commit under braking. Let's keep it in rich mode, actually. Oh, Petrov moves across. We're going to have a look up the inside of Bruno Senna. That's one move done up to P19 now, so we've got past most of the slower cars. Let's see if we can have a look here at Bruno in the Williams. We have gone down to hard in the difficulty, so it should be a bit more manageable now. This track is good fun though. I really enjoyed this circuit. I didn't like it at the time. I thought it was quite average, but now going back in time, being able to drive it, it's actually a great circuit. Bruno Senna hanging it around the outside there. We're going to hold our own though. After P18, Charles Peak up next in the Marussia. We're going to try and set him up for the pass here. Whoa, that's a big moment. Up the inside we go. Lovely. So we've cleared the 6 bottom teams and the Williams. We're now P17. Hulkenberg going very slowly into the final corner there in the Force India. On to lap 2 then. We're going to get a recharge of curves and we can go again. So let's see. The first thing we've got to do is burn off that fuel a little bit. And we'll try and use the rich mix to get past some cars. We know the Mercedes back in 2012 was pretty quick on the straight as Verne and Hulkenberg have contact. We're going to use that. Go by. Up the inside of John Eric Verne. Into the hairpin. Traction battle. Who comes out on top? We do. I can see my mirrors. We've just edged ahead. So up to P15 now. You can see these two are still battling. Daniel Ricciardo next up. Of course, Ricciardo's first full season in Formula 1 in the Toro Rosso team after being in HRT for half a season in 2011. Let's see if we can get a few more moves done on this lap. Purple sector 1. Lovely stuff. Right, end of lap 2 then. DRS will now be enabled as we make our way out the final corner. Let's see what happens then. This should be quite interesting. Yep. Oh, that's a bit of a corner cut there, but we move. Good exit. Got the run of Ricciardo here as we make our way up towards the hairpin. Getting boxed in by Grosjean there. This hairpin always catches me out how wide the corner is, man. Every single time I keep turning in and it's way too early. We should have the RS though on this straight, so we should still get the benefit of that. This game, look how good it looks, like graphically. The helmet and everything, the way the reflections work, it honestly holds up really well. I really wish, you know, there was they would have built on this game in terms of graphics, because it's really, really awesome, man. It just looks so nice all around, everything about it. And even though the cars and everything seem great quality on this game, it was a massive step up compared to F1 2011, which honestly looked pretty poor, you know, for a game at the time. But this looked ahead of its time, and it even looks, you know, right now, up to date. I think with a couple of mods, honestly, a few visual mods and things, you can honestly make this game look completely up to date right now, I think. Without much work, to be honest. But yeah, you can see now we've got a little 3-car breakaway here. We're starting to really put some pressure on Ricciardo now. So the cars ahead are starting to pull away the faster cars. But you can see here we're putting some pressure on Daniel Rick. They are pretty slow into the final corner, so we may have a look here into the final corner. Gonna commit to this. Long way round, trying to put Grosjean under pressure. Ricciardo getting stuck in as well. Here we go then. Good old drag race down to turn 1. Up the inside we go. On Ricciardo and Grosjean. Lovely double move there. Let's try and get under Resta here if we can. Take a wider line this time. Nice early short shift. Now we're starting to find our groove a little bit. Having said that, we seem to be lacking a bit of straight line speed because the rest is just dragging away from us on the straight. There's one car on the minimap out front that's just absolutely pulling away. My guess, of course, would be Sebastian Vettel, but whoever it is, they're absolutely just driving away out front. Let's try and get Paul here if we can. Let's get the rest of here. We're going to run it in the rich mix. They are actually pretty decent. They're just really poor in the final corner as Button hits the back of, I think that was a Sauber there I just saw. Let's see if we can try and get the rest of here. Personal best. We're going to save our curves for the back straight. To turn 1 we go. Button getting a lovely move on Perez. Of course, the teammates in 2013, and we get them both as Perez gets hung out to dry. Into the hairpin, we're going to take a nice wide line here. Can we get Jensen Button maybe? And break into the top 10. Using our curves. Not really making a difference though. Button doesn't have the RS, so we may have a look here into the brake zone. You can see him go defensive. Right on the outside we go. Button still there. Lovely move. And we're ahead up into the top 10. Let's go. Nice clean overtake. Felipe Massa is the next car, 4 seconds up the road. So let's try and get after the Ferrari. Oh, we've got cars in the pits. Williams in there. That's past Dom Maldonado. Are we going to set personal best? Yes, we do. Up to P7, so a couple of cars in the pits. This is our scheduled pit stop lap. So interestingly, Rosberg didn't pit on that lap. Fair enough, so he's going to have to stay out one more by the looks of it, unless he forces me to stay out one more. I've no idea what tyre I'm on. I'm assuming I'm on the option, and I have to go into the prime. We'll find out. There's no way for me to find out. A real lack of information, to be fair, in this game. Trying to push on my own lap as we close in on Felipe Massa. Is Rosberg going to pit? That's the question. No, he doesn't. So we're going to box in as we run that in a bit wide there. That would usually be a penalty, but you know what? We'll run with it. Right, into the pit entry then. Let's see. Mercedes, what have you got? Let's try and make some progress here. Into the box. Lovely animations. Look at these. And away we go. Oh, we've been held. Oh, it's a bad one. That was a massive hold. We've lost so much. And now we're on the prime tyre, the hard tyre. Look at this. It was the horrible grey outwall Pirelli. Yeah, these were L. The grey Pirellis. They were, not a good look. Oh, here we go. We're going to catch Massa napping here on the pit exit and into the hairpin as we got the inside. Trying to get that move done straight away. Outlap here is going to be key, so we need to give it everything. Somehow we don't have the RS, but still we moved. Let's make some progress then. Let's try and use this tyre to push on in this race and catch up to some cars. Now we're closing in on Maldonado. This is for position. We don't have the RS just yet. We've got Rosberg leaving the pit exit right now, so he's down at turn 1. Let's see if we can close in here. I've just realised I turned my assists off just now. I actually had assists on for some reason for half the race. I played the game yesterday and I turned everything off. For some reason my assists seem to have reset themselves. Obviously it's just an old game, so maybe things don't work as well as they used to. But I've turned them off now, so we should be a bit quicker actually, because I feel like I was being held back. So we should have a bit more pace. Let's see then. Closing in on Maldonado. We've got a bit of battling ahead involving Rosberg, so we may... Copy that, Jeff. We may gain something here. Let's have a look. Using the curves as we close in on Maldonado. We're going to try and... Oh, he brakes early. We're going to go on the outside. So that's one down. Kobayashi next up. Let's see if we can pass him here. Kobayashi goes defensive. For no reason really, but he's put himself offline. This is good pressure here. Set this one up. There we go. On the inside. Oh, that's a bit wide. Kobayashi's going to cut underneath, but we'll stay ahead.
Okay, times are looking good. You're matching race pace.
Oh, Raikkonen here having some contact with Rosberg. Now we're starting to fly up. The pace is looking pretty strong now with the assist turned off. Raikkonen closing in on Rosberg here. We're going to use that to make a move here. Up the inside we go. Up to P5. Now we just got to set up Nico Rosberg for the move here. Into the hairpin. And there we go. Now we'll use the curves. Wait for the DRS. Here we go. Schumacher versus Rosberg. We go to the inside. And make the move stick. Lovely stuff. Right then, P4. A podium is upon us. I think the race win's out of the question, but P2 definitely there. Alonso's the next car. Let's get after it and let's see if we can make it happen. Here we are closing in now on Alonso and Mark Webber. Oh no, Sebastian Vettel. So Webber's the one out front dominating. Fair enough. Well then, let's see what happens. Looking for the move on Alonso here. We're not going to get it, I don't think, because we don't have the straight line speed. Alonso's going to challenge Sebastian Vettel though. The two 2012 title protagonists are going to go at it here. We're going to set up the move. The AI definitely needs some work. They keep on driving to the back of other cars. Putting Fernando under pressure here as we look for the move. Up the inside, little shake and bake switcherino. And we get past Alonso easily. And now Sebastian Vettel up next. Let's try and get him into the final two corners here. Let's set this one up. I think we could win this actually, you know. The more the race goes on, the more I'm looking at it, thinking to myself, if we can hook up, you know, 5 clean laps, we could definitely challenge for the win. That was nice through there. Set it up. Lovely. Around the outside, we should get the DRS. Seb stays ahead for now, but now we're going to fight back here with DRS assistance. And there we go, up into P2. And no, it's not Webber who's leading, it's Hamilton who's out front. So I don't know when I passed Mark Webber, but I did. Either way, Hamilton's dominating. So let's see, can one 7-time world champion catch up to one future 7-time world champion? A bit of a lock up into the final corner, but still very good lap here. Fastest lap of the race? You bet, 31.9. Right then, we've got 4 full laps to try and catch Lewis here. We're going to have to be perfect in every single one to have a chance. But there we go, confirmation of the fastest lap. Let's try and keep this pace up if we can. Another fastest lap, trying to keep the pace up. Gap to Lewis 6.3, but I don't think we're catching enough. Unfortunately, I'm going to keep trying, but I need Lewis to make a mistake, either poor lap or something. Bit of a scruffy final corner. Another fastest lap though, last lap of the race though, 5.2. It's not going to happen unless this lap traffic that's ahead of Lewis right now gets in the way a little bit. Well, here we go then. We tried and we didn't quite get the win, but second place. Hamilton will win. He just had such a big lead that I couldn't catch it back up. Shame, but it is what it is. Blue flag for Charles Pic as we go into the final corner for the final time. But there we go, the Indian Grand Prix with finishing P2. Hamilton wins it. And there we go, another fastest lap at the end. Well, that was good fun. I really enjoyed that. That had a bit of everything.
Second place, brilliant driving, brilliant driving.
Thank you, Jeff. I appreciate that, mate. So yeah, there we go. Hamilton wins. We finish in second place ahead of Sebastian Vettel, Alonso P4 and Rosberg P5. So both Mercedes in the top 5, which back in 2012 would have been a bit of an amazing result, to be honest with you, especially with how poorly their season ended if you go back in time and watch. But yeah, Kobayashi P6 ahead of Raikkonen, Maldonado, Massa and Jenson Button. So there's a lot. I really enjoyed it. This game just holds up so well. I love the menu music, graphics, the way the car handled. It was a big step forward because F1 2011, which is the next game, is a big step backwards. It's just lock-to-lock, constant driving, which isn't fun to do. I don't remember what was going to work on that game. But yeah, it's just not a lot of fun. But this felt like a real big step, you know, graphically and also as a game. And I really, really enjoyed it. And it's got a fun place in my heart alongside F1 2010. You know, this game in terms of gameplay is the best one. 2010 in terms of story mode and, you know, career mode and stuff is the best one. So yeah, overall really good fun. Really, really enjoyed it. Hope you guys liked it as well. If you did, then leave a like, subscribe for more, as always, for my usual daily F1 content on the channel and more classic F1 videos. We're doing these, you know, for a little while still. The more ideas you guys give me, the more I'll do. So, you know, keep posting comments down below. I'll try and read them if I can. And yeah, overall, good fun. I really enjoyed it. Cheers, guys, for watching. Big thanks to the members, as always, for supporting the content. Finally, check out the 2 videos on screen, including the retro video from yesterday with the classic 2013 cars. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, take care, and that's goodbye from me.